Hi everyone. Previously we studied what is a single plate clutch and what is a multi-plate clutch and how it works. We already studied in the previous section. Now we can go for the comparison of single and multi-plate clutch. In a single plate it contains only one plate. So we have only one surface or two surface, maximum of two can attain for the application. But in a multi-plate clutch it is greater than 2. The heat dissipated is less due to the less number of contacting surface, but in multi-plate clutch the heat dissipation is more. In a single plate clutch it is run dry, hence no lubrication is required, but in multi-plate clutch it is run wet, so it requires more lubrication. Then in a single plate clutch the space requirement is more, but in a multi-plate clutch we can, within a small space we can apply this clutch mechanism. Then the application is for heavy motors for the single plate clutch. It is for the trucks, buses, etc. But in scooters and light vehicles we can use multi-plate clutch. Also machine tools they are using multi-plate clutch. Now we can identify or we can go for the cone clutch. First of all I can explain it with a figure. This one is a cone clutch, and the cup is attached to the driving shaft on the left side, and on the right side that cup is attached to the driven shaft, and cup has a shape of conical. There is a friction lining. It is rounded, so we have a conical shape here, and the angle alpha is a necessary thing for the design. Then we need some values d1, dm, d2, that is shown here. d1 is the internal diameter, d2 is the outer diameter, and dm is the median diameter. And one more thing, the value of b, that is the width of the clutch lining is required. Now we can go for the analysis part. First we can analyze the torque. This figure I already explained in the single plate clutch, but study once more. I can explain it. It is the side view of a single plate clutch, and we have two diameters. First one is di, it is internal diameter, and another one is outer diameter. We can denote it as do, di and do. And another one is r, capital R. It is the radius of the circle, and we consider for a small element, so it is denoted as dr. These are the basic figures required for the analysis. Now consider an elementary ring of thickness dr at a radius r as shown in figure. Area of the elementary ring we can denote as dA is equal to 2 pi r into dr. Then axial force dFi is equal to P into dA. What is dA? dA is equal to 2 pi r into dr. Now we can go for the frictional force. What is that frictional force? That is equal to coefficient of friction into axial force. That we can write it as dFf is equal to F into P into 2 pi r into dr. Or we can go for the torque equation. dt is equal to dF into r. dFf into r. That is the force into radius. That we can write it as F into P into 2 pi r into r dr into r. Or we can write dt is equal to 2 pi F P r square into r. Now we can go for the total axial force and total torque. How we can find the total axial force? It is depends on the variable r. Now we can put for a integration. Integral ri to ro P into 2 pi r into dr. Similarly, torque T is equal to integral Ri to Ro 2 pi F P r square into dr. These are the basic equations required for the analysis of torque and force. Now we can go for the basic theories. We have two basic theory for a clutch. First one is uniform pressure theory, second one is uniform wear theory. These are two important theories that we are used for the designing of clutch. The uniform pressure theory is applicable when the friction lining is new. That I can explain. Just listen in this figure. The first figure is for the uniform pressure theory, because for a new lining the pressure will be uniform. So we can draw the figure like this. But in uniform wear theory, there will be a slight variation in pressure. So we can draw the figure like this for a uniform wear theory equation. It is for the just figure explanation. Now we can go for the analytical area. We can write FA is equal to 2 pi P into integral Ri to Ro into dr. It is already mentioned in the previous equation. Now we can integrate the value. What is the value of integral R? That is equal to R square divided by 2. And we have to integrate with upper limit and lower limit. That is Ri and Ro. Then that equation will become 2 pi P into Ro square minus Ri square, or F is equal to pi P divided by 4 into dO square minus di square. So this simple equation. Then next we can go for the torque equation. What is the torque equation? That is equal to 2 pi Fp into integral Ri to Ro R square dr. Here we have to integrate R square. What is that R square? That is R cube divided by 3. So that equation will become T is equal to 2 by 3 into pi into Fp into Ro cube minus Ri cube. Or P value, we already aware of the P value, that is equal to Fa divided by pi into Ro square minus Ri square. So we can substitute P instead of here. Then T is equal to 2 by 3 pi F into Ro cube minus Ri cube into Fa divided by pi into Ro square minus Ri square. And what is that value? T is equal to 2 by 3. F is the coefficient of friction. Then axial force Ro cube minus Ri cube divided by Ro square minus Ri square. Or we can convert it into in diameter, radius into diameter. Then equation will become T is equal to 2F into Fa divided by 6 into dO cube minus di cube divided by dO square minus di square. This equation I shown because this is the general method of deriving the torque equation. But in our equation, in our data book, this equation is already given. T is equal to 1 by 2 F into Fa into dm. The page number 250. From the page number 257 in our data book. Page number 257 onwards, the clutch equations and figures are given in our data book. So we can use these equations from our data book. This equation is already given. That is, the torque equation is already given in our data book, page number 258, equation number 13.9b. 13.9b. What is that? Torque transmitted by one pair of frictional surface. T is equal to 1 by 2 mu into F AP into D into MP. Here they are using P as a suffix also. So just compare this equation with our data book equation. Now second one, uniform wear theory. This theory is applicable for worn out clutch, which based on assumptions that the wear is uniformly distributed over the entire surface area of the disc. So we can consider wear theory here. Again, it is similar to the axial force Ri to Ro integration. We can write it as Fa is equal to 2 pi into C into Ri minus Ro. Then this C, the value of C, I can show it here. The value of C we can taken from here. For a uniform, if the wear is uniform, then we can write P into R is equal to C. That is a constant. That C is used in the wear derivation. So just understand this section. and here they are using the value of C here. Now we can go for the torque equation. Torque equation is also similar. We can write the R into P as a C. Then that equation is again will become 2 pi Fc into Ro square minus Ri square divided by 2. Or we can write the wire equation like this: C is equal to Fa divided by 2 pi Ro minus Ri. Then the general equation will become T is equal to 1 by 2 into F into Fa into du minus du plus di divided by 2, or 1 by 2 coefficient of friction F into Fa into dm. This equation is already shown in our data book, page number 258, equation number 13.9e. There I can read the equation: torque transmitted by one pair of friction for surface for a uniform wire T is equal to 1 by 2 pi into Faw into dmw. Here they are using W as a suffix. It is for the wire equation. So for a uniform pressure equation they are using dP. So both equations are similar. So we identify these equations. Also just look through the data book and identify each equations and each figure in your data book. So from next class onwards we can study the problem. Thank you.